Okay, so task 1.3, phone logging. We're told to force Jack Shepard's phone at extension 1001 to produce logging messages out of the PC port so that a packet sniffer could be used to watch them. Okay, interesting. Take a look back at our CUCMA web admin. And Jack Shepard was corporate headquarter phone 1, so we'll click on his phone. Without delay, we'll just go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom. It is, again, under product-specific configuration layout. Let's just click on the question mark, and let's just do a Control-F search for logging. Here we have logging display. This option selects what type of console logging is allowed. This option does not control the generation of logs, just whether the logs display. Disabled indicates that a logging does not display to the console nor to the connected downstream port. PC controlled indicates the workstation attached to the PC port will control or tell whether logging is enabled. And then enabled indicates that logs are always sent to both the console and the downstream port. Okay, not the upstream or the switch. Oops, sorry for the scroll. But the downstream, the PC port. Use enabled to force logs so they can be captured with a packet sniffer. Okay, I'll close this and let's go back to the task. So again, we gave some specific keywords here, packet sniffer. So again, this gets into, one, knowing the interface, knowing somewhat every feature of the CCM admin interface, but also knowing the documentation, or at least where to look or what to search for in the documentation. So we searched for logging. We could have also searched for sniffer. Now, maybe we would have gone to a different documentation like the CUCM admin or administration documentation. And again, the documentation we're talking about, just to bring this up, this is the link that you have a shortcut to on your desktop in the actual CCIE Voice lab exam. And so whenever you come into the lab, you have product technology, your products, and you choose what it is you want. So voice and unified communications, for instance, IP telephony, call control, and scroll down to CUCM Call Manager, alternatively known. And you'll hear me slip up and say still many times from habit. And we could go to Maintain and Operate Guides. Scroll down to our version, 7.0. And typically we would look either in the administration guide, either the administration guide, the features and services guide, the system guide, also possibly the SRND, Cisco Unified SRND based on 7.0. This is actually not a link you'll have in the lab. This is actually a PDF that you will have on your desktop. You'll have access to everything in here. So it would be the same as if you click download and you'll be able to search within that. Okay, but those are the guides that we typically look at. And we could look at those. We could also look at one of the IP phone. But again, it's good to keep in mind that, actually I should just go ahead and mention that whenever I go to help for this page, we've already gone over here, notice that we came to Cisco Unified IP phone configuration, and one of the here it is, phone configuration settings. But notice that this part of, if we come back and take a look, CUCM admin guide. Okay, this is the same as the link that we just went to. It is the administration guide. And also notice that if I scroll down, we have here the system guide, the features and services guide, and we also even have bulk administration and security guide. So we've got all of these available to us in the help, if we don't even necessarily want to go to the web interface. But I like the web interface better. I like to download the whole PDF because then I can search within the whole thing. Of course, we can search here as well. So when I say search, I mean do a Control-F find. I don't really mean search. By the way, I should note one other thing. When you're here in this documentation interface, actual search feature, you will not have access to. Or what you can do is actually fill in anything you want here in this field, but when you click go, it will show a page that essentially shows you're not allowed to visit this link. So search is disabled in the lab. I should better say find when I'm talking about searching for something within a PDF. So again, there's that, and then there is also the actual question mark. There's also enterprise parameters and service parameters that we can click on, any of the field names for context-sensitive help for those fields. All of those are great places to do a Control-F find to find specific information about logging or, well, about anything you're asked to do, any buzzwords. So in this case, logging display, we're going to change this to enabled, which if we remember from the help there, we would have searched for sniffer. We would say use enabled to force logs so they can be captured with a packet sniffer.